Hi ladies, I'm April Beach, founder of aprilbeach.com, the Sweet Life Company and Baby Planner Inc. I am a women's business strategist and I am so glad that you're here. Today is Tuesday, which means it's a Tuesday training day, and every Tuesday I bring you useful tools that you can apply right away to make huge gains in your business. Today, I'm talking to you about a business strategy that's really near and dear to my heart because it's the one tool that I use to take my business from a sleepy state to growing and building and filling up my client docket overnight. So, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Jump in with me and let's get started. Okay, in today's Tuesday training, we are talking about a block calendar and how it saved my ass. Let me paint this picture for you and see if you can relate to it, and then see if this is a good tool and something that can save you as well. First of all, a block calendar is where you take your entire weekly work calendar, you set your work parameters, start times, finish times, and then within that calendar, you schedule specifically what areas you are going to be working on. So you might have one day that is all marketing, you might have another day that is all client management time, you might have another day where you do your administration and then your content creation, which would also fall under marketing, and then you might have another day where you do some other tasks. Basically, a block calendar is a guide, and it's almost like an empty puzzle, but it tells you what sort of pieces you can fit into what areas of your calendar. And so let me paint the picture for you, and so that you understand how this was literally life-changing overnight. So for me, it was 2014, and I had an established coaching business for over 10 years, had worked with clients independently, had online courses. My business was on a roll. But let me be really honest with you. I had not built my business or worked on my business in 3 years. I took a step back from actively working on my business in 2011 to found a nonprofit organization, and I switched gears for 3 years straight, from 2011 to 2014, to do complete philanthropy, complete coaching of other startup businesses for free, and to do a lot of activism work. And so when my husband came back to me in 2014 and we made the really hard but best decision for him to quit his job, I'm not going to say that, we were ready for it. We were in a place where we had just sold our home. We weren't really sure where we wanted to move next. We weren't debt free. And I, all of a sudden, overnight, had to go from having this rolling kind of passive income business where I only worked when I absolutely wanted to or needed to a business where I had to create, because I was literally the sole income we had for a long, long time. And so I had to get to that point where I could generate that income literally overnight. And again, I had an established business, but it had not been my emphasis. And here's a couple things that you should know about me. And maybe there's some of the issues that you might have in your own company too. The first thing is I won't work on something unless I'm super passionate about it. So I won't do something unless I know that I would love it so much I'd do it for free. Definitely. And I had already been doing it for free with all my pro bono coaching and philanthropy work, right? And so I knew that if I was going to actively come back and build my own personal brand, which I'd never, ever branded myself or put myself out there before, the aprilbeach.com, and I've been doing this forever. That was never something that was important or needed for me. So I knew if I was going to do this, it had to be for something that I believed in. Not only believed in, I was completely emotional about and invested in. And I had to not only in 2014 create this block calendar in order to build my business, but I refused to build a business that I didn't love. And I refused to invest in something of my own personal time, even though it was kind of an emergency situation, because I knew that I would not be good at it unless I was totally passionate about what I was doing. And so my first block calendar looked like, this management and the administration time and the marketing time. But before I could even get into that, I had to do a ton of personal development. Now, also you should know about me, I'm a huge activist for personal development. I have always had my own business mentor and coach that I met with. And my very first business mentor and coach met with me and guided me for free. And he was absolutely amazing. He stayed with me for years and helped me build out some of my first business models. That is also one of the reasons why I have a huge giving first policy, and I still donate up to 20% of my coaching time to pro bono coaching, because I believe in giving first. And so anyway, here I am, 2014. We have three boys. Three boys, as they get older, only get more expensive, and they eat like everything. And I had my husband here in my house with me, sharing my sacred workspace for the first time in forever. And I just have to take a deep breath about that. And there's so many other things that I could share about that, but I'm not going to do that right now. And I had to be the sole breadwinner for a long period of time. And, it seemed like a long period of time, actually, to me, from never really having to make money. And honestly, I've never really been a super profit-driven person. I don't build business for massive profit. I build my business because I love it. And so the way I brought my business to the next level is that I created a block calendar. And in this lesson, after all that intro, sorry about that, but this lesson is all about helping you to create your own block calendar. Now, I will also tell you that your block calendar and the things that you'll be focusing on in startup are totally different than the things that you should be focusing on in your block calendar if you're an established business. So, my 2014 block calendar, again, had a lot of personal development time because I was doing a lot of soul searching and simultaneously business building. That's kind of weird. It usually doesn't look like that. It was like a whole rebrand thing for me. So what I've done here for you today is I made a worksheet for you that goes along with this. You can download it inside the blog here. And in the worksheet, I break up the 5 areas of business management that I would like you to be focusing on. Now, granted, there could be more. This isn't the end-all be-all. These are my 5 top business areas. I will say that 4 of these areas I got from RachelCook.com. Rachel Cook is a business organization guru, and she has this really cool challenge. If you haven't done it before, it's called the Fired Up and Focused Challenge. She does an amazing job at helping you get your business ducks in a row. And Rachel really talks about 5 core management areas in her business. I have 5 core, but my 5th one is different than hers. And so mine are marketing and management, and that's obviously anything that's going to fall under that is content creation, all the way down to creating images for your Instagram, because a lot of you in startup, you're doing all your own graphic design and you don't have a team, or you don't have a VA like you do when you get an established business. And so you're doing it all on your own. You also have this education and personal development time. Again, I'm a huge advocate for being coached, receiving coaching, downloading worksheets and guides like I'm giving you here that are free, following people that have business models and principles that you want your company to model after, and getting ongoing education and business coaching. Obviously, that's why I'm a business consultant. I really, really believe in it, and I want you to know that I also receive business consulting. But part of your personal development that I add in is you should not only be mentored, but you should be mentoring. This is not a total mentoring lesson. I could talk about mentoring forever, but I believe that you become better at what you do when you teach others how to do it. And so that's part of personal development, even if you're just starting out. So whether that's giving back in my Facebook group, Mompreneur Mastermind, I don't care if you haven't even started your business yet, please speak up and give back, because you guys all have something to offer, and what you are saying is incredibly important. There's somebody out there that needs to hear what you're going to say. And so, wow, that was another tangent. Sorry about that. But I really believe in mentoring and being mentored. And then, of course, you have your administration time. I totally hate administration time. If you know me, you just know that. But I have to schedule it. And you have your client management time. Now, if you work privately with me, you know that I only see private clients 2 days a week. I am super strict about that because I'm really into my own business development to grow and build more programs. So I make sure I'm always creating things that are a little bit ahead of the game for you guys, that I'm preparing the way and the things that you'll need in the future. But then also it's that research time. It's the working on me. It's, a lot of development of myself personally, so that I can continue to be the impact that I believe that I'm called to make. So I have my client management time, and I have very strict times to do that. And that's when I do my contracting and my scheduling and email follow-ups. But then the fifth area that I have, and again, if I'm rambling, just look down in the blog and download the freebie there. I'll lay it out for you. The fifth area I'm really an advocate about, again, is that giving first time. I believe that you need to schedule time to be a giver. I believe that you should give first instead of waiting until you've received in order to give. And the process of doing that is incredible. It kind of goes along with that mentoring time that's in personal development, but it is a little different if you choose to have that time fall into a different category. I mean, that's what I do. Listen, it's not legalistic. I don't care if you take my 5 categories or Rachel Cook's 5 categories, or if you take any other 5 categories. I could care less. Just get a block calendar and stick to it. You can also schedule your workout times, your meal planning times. Get a block calendar and stick to it. So this was in order to bring my business from, it's just kind of there, providing that sort of a passive income that I needed. And during my philanthropy season, in order for me to take what I had, the foundation of what I had, dig in and figure out really what I was called to do and what my action items were going to be in order to build out that new brand, feeling confident with that, and turning around and making money within the first 4 weeks I can't say I wasn't stressed out. I'd totally be lying to you if I told you I wasn't stressed out. It was the hardest time, I think, of my adult life, but I did it. And this was the number one tool I used to stay on track and do it, was this block scheduling. So, definitely, and then a lot of prayer. I can't even say that. It was like seriously on my knees, like a lot. Whew. So anyway, this is the block tool that I used, and I want you guys to use it. Again, if I'm putting out free stuff here for you, it isn't because it sucks and it's not worthy. It's because it's so important that you have to have it, that I need to get it in your hands. And so, oh my gosh, I'm such a crybaby. And so August is all about getting your act together, getting organized, prioritizing. Last week, if you were in the blog, we talked about splashdown and brain dumping and getting everything out of your mind and on paper. This week, we're talking about rebuilding it and what it looks like. I'm sorry, we're not talking about the personal family side of it. I'm not a family coach, you guys. I'm a business coach, and so I only can speak to, what I'm good at here in the trainings. And so I want you to do this. I want you to make it a priority. I want you to write out a block calendar, follow the steps below, download the worksheet. And if you are seeing this blog and it is fresh and up, please jump in my Facebook live training that I will have today on Tuesday afternoon to do a question and answer about this. So anyway, I love you ladies. Thank you for being here again. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you in next week's Tuesday training. Bye-bye.